Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be going over how to create purchase orders, more commonly referred to as POs. Before we can start, we have to answer a couple of questions first. One, what is a purchase order? And two, when do we use a purchase order? A purchase order is a legally binding document created by a buyer, in this case us, that confirms their intent to purchase goods or services from a supplier. It's a request for products along with an agreed upon price. The purpose of a purchase order is to track the order as well as guarantee payment from the buyer. When do we use purchase orders? The short answer is for any and all purchases of goods and services from vendors that will allow it. Goods and services are materials, equipment, rental equipment. The list can go on and on. The best way to think of it is if it's from a vendor, it's more than likely a PO or a purchase order. Now that that's all out of the way, let's go ahead and get into it. What you see before you is the purchase order dashboard. From here, at the very top, you have 6 built-in widgets that help maintain, navigate, and just keep your purchase orders and items that you have ordered in line. So we're just going to go through each box one by one. First line here is delivered purchase orders, POs to be billed. This is not a running amount of your total POs. What this is as material items, whatever we've ordered with purchase orders, get checked in, the amount that that material or widget, we'll call it widget, costs us gets added to this running total of delivered purchase orders. If we have paid off everything that we have received and then we place 5 more POs, this will maintain a zero balance until we start receiving what we've ordered. Next box. This is purchase order stats. It shows how many or the amount of purchase orders that you have placed within a given month. Over here, this is your recent pricing requests. Right now we don't have any pricing requests out, but if you do a RFP or a request for price through the system, then it will keep track and notify you when a vendor returns the RFP. Bottom left corner, this is your recently delivered items. It has the PO number associated, when it was received, and what it is. As you place your POs, you have a line, if you're given an estimated dock date, of when to expect your deliveries. So therefore, you can kind of keep track of, well, when was that material supposed to come in? Well, let's take a look. And then you have your deliveries running late. Was it supposed to come in, a month ago, and there's lots of delays because of customs? This will help keep track of whenever your deliveries are running late, just to let you know, hey, there might be a problem. So that covers the purchase order dashboard widgets. Next, we're going to go ahead and build a purchase order. You can build a purchase order from this screen. I don't advise it. If you do it from this screen, you have to type in a lot of things. I'm not doing it from the screen because that would force you to watch me type along a lot of things, and that would make a 2-hour-long video of its own. So here is how I recommend doing purchase orders. I'm going to go into my test project. Within my test project, so you can't do anything over here, you have to go to Financial. Click Purchase Orders. and just hit the plus. That pops out a little flyout. It is already synced to our project. Here's where I can do pricing request or purchase order. We're going to do purchase order. And we're going to place a purchase order for RLS fittings. And we're going to place that order with EDS. Now, who wanted the order? Who is it that has requested this material? In this case, we're going to say it was Logan Petit. This just keeps track of, we're going to know who built the purchase order in the system because of the tracking at the very bottom of the screen, which I will show you. We need to, with this, keep track of who is actually placing or requesting the order. Okay. Now it has filled in almost all of the information that we need to get this built. If you notice, I'm going to go ahead and hit this pop out here, it has created a PO number. This is PO CT OVR 1. Let's look at our project. This is our project number. Our project number is CT-OVR. Our PO number is CT-OVR-1. That's important. Each PO that you create has to have a different number. That is for tracking across all projects. The first CT-OVR, that links it to my test project. My test project's project number is CT-OVR. So the CT-OVR at the beginning of the PO is crucial to link it to the project. The -1 links it to this particular order. So this is all done automatically as you build it. If it was left to a human, there would be times where multiple orders would be placed using the same PO. We're not doing that. We're going to allow the system to get us a new number each time. That way, every single purchase order has its own specific number. That will help later as far as receiving material and paying material invoices when they come in. Okay, I just know that Logan placed this on the 3rd of this month. That is our payment terms with EDS. That comes in directly from their customer or their vendor contact. Where are we shipping it to? Are we going to have it shipped? Let me scroll down. Are we going to have it shipped to our company address, our office? Are we having it shipped to the project? Are they going to hold it for us for an amount of time? Are we shipping it to a customer? Are we picking it up, or are we shipping it to a specific directory contact? Sometimes we might use the directory contact. Let's say that we're ordering material that we have to provide for another contractor for them to install. Well, we're going to order it, and we're going to have it shipped to them because it's a lot sometimes. So we can ship it directly to them using their directory contact. In this case, we're going to pick it up. And since we're picking it up, we know we're going to pick it up the same date. And that takes care of the details page. That is literally, I put in the date that it was ordered, which if you were doing it the day that the PO was placed, that would already be, that would be set for today automatically. So the only things that I had to do once I came in here and built this was I had to select a supplier. I had to show who it was coming from, and I had to say, are we picking it up and what date? That was it. Down here is where I'm saying this will show who created the purchase order. So we don't need you up there. We need who is requesting the material. Now let's get into the material. And this is going to be a part where some of you are going to moan and groan because sometimes this can get lengthy. It all depends on how many items are on the purchase order. But this is important. This part here is, and if I'm the one filling out a purchase order, I'm going to be doing it as well. Even if some of my controls purchase orders have 50 to 100 individual line items, I'm still going to be doing this. When I add items to a purchase order, there is multiple ways you can add them. If it's something that we keep in stock pretty commonly, then it's going to be in the cost items database. Uh, Typically from a schedule of values, that's typically not going to happen. Schedule of values is more set up for how are we going to be billing the customer. I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm just saying in a typical scenario, it won't. Import from estimate, possibly. I'd say maybe 50-50. It depends on what it is. If it's, let's say, a rooftop unit, well, that's a big ticket item that we had to go ahead and get sized and pick specific. So, yeah, that would be there. But if you're trying to order conduit or conduit fittings, we're not going to have that able to be pulled from an estimate. That leaves add manual purchase order item, which is what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to add RLS inch and an eighth coupling. I'm going to assign it the material type, and this goes to cost code material. Let's say Logan needs 6 of them, and they are $28.15 a piece. I could save and close, or I can just save and add another. And this is going to be inch and an eighth. Do LR90 elbow material. It needs 6 of those as well, and they're $33.29 each. Save and close. And that's how you enter your line items. Okay, that's it right there. Your purchase order will show if things are taxed or not taxed. Uh, that or your purchase order, your price order, your price request, quote sheet. There's many different names. Also, pick list. Let's say that they just get a PO, go pick it up on site that day. They will be given a pick list. You need that pick list so you can add the items that they ordered on that PO. That will show if it's taxed or not taxed, and you can adjust accordingly. But that's it. This is the PO, and this is how you create it. The very last thing that you will do, since we are done, this wasn't a request for price, so we don't have to send it. They've not sent the pricing back, so we don't have to review to make sure we're picking the best quote. So this now goes to PO approved. Once it goes to PO approved, it will write it to QuickBooks in the vendor section as a purchase order. And from here, it's just awaiting the next steps. The next steps are being received, which is why it is important to do your line items. Line items allow our people in the field, our inventory guys, whoever, to look and say, yes, I have received 6 of these. I've only received 4 of these, though. And as we receive the material, it will then let us know how much we can actually pay because we haven't received the remainder. Hopefully this helped. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll catch you in the next one.